Hey, welcome back to the Life Coach Launchpad. My name's BJ, and I'm here every week talking to you about all the online business things that, as it turns out, need to happen in order to have a successful life coaching business. I'm a business coach. I love to help life coaches make more money, get more clients, have more fun, and to do what they love to do, what they're meant to do, and that's coaching. So, let's dive right in. Today I'm talking about how to come up with a plan for each day, how to know when in the future tasks will get done, and generally bring some peace into your day. I'm talking about time blocking. Time blocking is a productivity technique where you divide your day into dedicated blocks of time, with each block assigned to a specific task or category of tasks. Rather than working through a long, open-ended to-do list, which is what a lot of us do, you plan your schedule in advance by setting aside time for each activity, whether it's work, personal, or even just a break. Here's how it works. It's 4 steps. The first step is identify your key tasks and priorities of each one. You're probably doing this already. It's a to-do list. Wherever you keep your list of stuff to do, think about all those tasks that you need to accomplish for the day, including both work and personal priorities. Step 2 is allocate time slots. You assign each task a set period in your calendar. For example, 9 to 10:30 could be for content creation. 11 to 11:30 is for email responses. Things like that. These blocks can vary in length depending on the task. You can experiment with being really micro, where the blocks are shorter, or if you're still able to be focused, because that's the whole point of this, you can keep the blocks longer. Step number 3 is to focus on one task per block. That is the whole point. During each time block, you focus solely on the task assigned to that block, avoiding multitasking. This promotes deep work and reduces distractions. I mentioned that each block can be for a specific task or a category of tasks. Just be clear about that when you schedule a block of time for yourself. For example, if you're scheduling some time in the future, or if you're scheduling recurring time, it could be for a category of tasks. And then at the day of or the day before, you could schedule that category of tasks, substitute that for what the actual task is going to be. The goal is to eliminate multitasking and stay laser focused on the one thing you are supposed to be working on during that time. The fourth and last step here is to include breaks and buffer time. Time blocking isn't just about work. You also schedule short breaks and some buffer time between blocks to prevent burnout and handle any overruns. In terms of short breaks, you can use a Pomodoro method. I'll get into that soon. I have a variation of this method that I like better. I do schedule time for lunch. I think that's important so that A, I'm not eating while working, and B, if I try to put lunchtime into another block of time, well, not everything in that block of time is going to get done that I wanted to. This also includes strategies like ending meetings at 5 minutes before the half hour or hour. By assigning tasks to specific time slots, you make steady progress and avoid getting overwhelmed by a long list of unstructured to-dos. There are a few very specific benefits that I experience through my day as I go through my time-blocked day. First is reduced decision fatigue. Planning tasks in advance means that you don't have to decide in the moment what to work on next. This helps reduce decision fatigue and allows more energy for meaningful work. And honestly, it just feels good. It feels right. I get satisfaction from being on track. I enjoy looking at my calendar and seeing that if I'm doing what my calendar says I'm supposed to be doing at that time, I consider that doing a good job. I came up with a schedule for my day that was populated by tasks that were prioritized and important, and now I'm doing them. That's great. Also, it promotes increased accountability. By assigning specific time slots to tasks, you hold yourself accountable to complete them within that window. reducing the likelihood of procrastination. There's a concept called Parkinson's Law that states that the duration of a task will end up being however long that task was scheduled for. For example, if you say that you need to have your podcast episode completed in 3 days, you might think about it a little on the first day, maybe get some notes written on day 2, but most of the work will happen on day 3. We, as humans, are highly likely to push off doing the work until the last minute. And the work that gets done before the final push is not all that efficient. So the work on days 1 and 2, you would be better off compressing all of the work into a short amount of time and getting it all done at once. That is the most efficient way to do it. Time blocking means focused work during the time slot that you intended, and it needs to be done by the end of that time block, because there's another time block coming up that also needs to get done. That leads me to mention that time blocking is an incredible way to prioritize the important work. Time blocking helps you focus on high-impact tasks by ensuring that important activities have designated time slots, making it less likely that critical work will fall by the wayside. And on the flip side of that is that less important work does get scheduled. It doesn't get lost, but it may get scheduled farther out or for less time. You can use time blocking to set boundaries around work and personal time also. By allocating specific hours for each, you can avoid work spilling into personal life, supporting better balance. The part of time blocking that I love the most is that it just reduces overwhelm. Breaking down your day into manageable blocks creates a sense of structure, making large projects or busy schedules feel less overwhelming. Lastly, it's just beautiful to see your momentum build over time. It's powerful. It makes you feel powerful. In the moment, you just have to focus on doing that one task in that one block of time. But over time, you keep getting time blocks done and your progress racks up. For example, for each set of weekly content that I create, I have separate time blocks for write script of my podcast, record podcast, edit podcast, publish podcast, and embed in a blog post, write email newsletter, create social posts. That's every week. At the moment, I just have to do that one task that's right in front of me. But over time, as in right now, I've done 50 episodes. I've done 50 cycles of all that. I've created all that content. It doesn't feel like long ago that I was working on my first episode that took me a full week to produce. That is what time blocking is, but soon I'll go over, when do you create these blocks of time and how does your time blocked calendar sync with your to-do list? Because we all keep a to-do list in some form. We all write things down that we want to get done. And if you're keeping track of it in your head, then you definitely want to figure out how to come up with a plan to get those things done. If there's a big idea you have in your brain and you'd like help getting it into a more manageable plan that you can actually go work on, I can help. Set up a free mini session on my website at bjbutler.com. I'll talk to you next week.